Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Disney Joys. I know that, this is part of the frequently asked questions, and I know that I said I was going to try to make these like 1 or 2 minutes, and my last one about costuming was like 5 minutes, so I'm going to make this one really quick. And I'm just going to briefly talk about the Transtar buses, which typically you see a lot of complaints because they're not always completely reliable. But kind of think of it as, even if your friend was bringing you to work, you don't know if your friend is going to be on time, if they're going to be 5 minutes late or 10 minutes early. It always varies based on traffic. So kind of keep an open mind with Transtar buses. They aren't perfect, but they're there and it's free for you guys. So how Transtar buses work, typically the routes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. I think maybe there's a K bus. And A and B both go to Magic Kingdom, and that's where I use the most. So it was really nice for me because I had 2 different buses that I could take, so 2 different times, whereas if you're going to Epcot, that's the C bus, so you have to get on that particular bus. But the bummer about Transtar buses is that they stop at so many other stops before they get to your location. So, one of mine would stop at the Polynesian and then the Grand Floridian and then Magic Kingdom. Or the other one would stop at like Fort Wilderness and then the Contemporary and then Magic Kingdom. So it was a really long bus ride getting to work. But coming home, it was straight home. So that was really nice. They also stop at the other apartment complexes. So you're on the bus for between an hour to 2 hours. But they're really nice. They have a schedule. They also have an app you can get for your cell phone that tells you where the bus is and when the next bus is coming, which is really nice. And then at the Chatham bus stop and at the Vista Way bus stop, I don't know about Commons. I was there 2 years ago, so it might be different. But they have these big TV screens, and it tells you, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the next 3 buses, what time they'll be coming. So it'll say, the next bus is coming in 4 minutes, and then the next one is, at whatever time, and the next one's at whatever time. So that's really nice. Really quickly now about bus stops. Obviously, Chatham has a bus stop. I lived in Patterson, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to walk to Patterson. It's literally across the street. It's across the street. My building in Patterson was probably closer to the bus stop than half the Chatham apartment buildings. So really, it's not that big of a deal. It's a 3-minute walk, if that, maybe 5 minutes. But if you think of like an intersection, here's Chatham, and here's Patterson, and down here is there's like a soccer field, but then there's Chatham. The Commons, then there's the Commons. And so the Commons has its own bus stop, but really, which it's a further walk from the Commons, but Patterson's literally across the street to go to the bus stop. And then Vista Way is really far away, but they have their own bus stop. But anyways, that's basically how bus stops work. Honestly, as far as housing goes, which I'll talk about this in another video, now I'm rambling, this is going to be long, but Patterson is so beautiful. It's new, it's clean, it's pretty, the pool is lovely, there's a beautiful, everything's just beautiful. And you don't have to worry about having a bus stop right outside your window. You know what I mean? Whereas some of the Chatham people have the buses that constantly, because they drive, here's the intersection. The buses drive down in a circle and turn around and then come back, and then it's the bus stop. So they drive down past the things. I don't know if I'd like buses driving by my window all the time. It might be loud if I'm trying to sleep, because the buses really run all the time. But anyways, that's another thing too. I would start work at 7 in the morning, and I would usually have to get on the bus at about 4:30, and that would get me there at 6:30. I know. I think my bus was 4:57 was the bus that I took. And then I would get there at 6:30, and then I'd go to costuming, take the West Clock shuttle downstairs, and then walk to my location, walk upstairs, and then be there just in time to punch in. So you just have to plan ahead, especially your first few days. And even if you do have a car, or you have a friend that thinks they're going to take you to work every day, I would still recommend taking the buses for the first week, just so you know how they are, just so you work, you know where the bus stop is, just in case you ever need to take it home one day, or something goes wrong with your car, because I had car troubles, and that's why I had to take the bus the whole time. So try to keep an open mind and learn how the buses work. They're not too complicated, and they do have a paper schedule too, so you can plan ahead that way, as well as the apps and the TVs. So anyways, that's my take on Transtar buses, and they're always freezing. Always. They're always freezing. At least the A and B buses are always freezing. So bring a coat, even though it's Florida, in the summer. Gotta love AC. Anyways, let me know about other questions you want me to answer below, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Have a magical day.